Hi, I'm Mark Reynolds, and this is our group's presentation around the topic of differentiation. There are 5 of us in the group: myself, Liam Griffin, Éanna O'Connor, Jack Shield, and Mark Lenihan. So, to outline our plan for the lesson, firstly, I will give a brief introduction to the topic of differentiation and its meaning. Liam will then delve further into how it is associated with second level education and engage the group with a few simple yes or no questions. Éanna will then go on to discuss differentiated instruction and as a way to promote student learning in a second level environment, and then challenge you to do a quiz which tells you your style of learning. Mark will then examine different ways in which differentiation can be achieved. And then finally, Jack will end the presentation with a Kahoot quiz to get the class engaged with the content from our presentation, and then conclude the class. I hope you all find this lesson somewhat interesting, as we are doing our very best to make it less about reading off slides and more about getting the class to voice their opinions on the subject. So, to get started on the topic of differentiation, the first question is obviously, what is differentiation? This image gives us a few clues before we get to the proper definitions. It states to know and assess the learner, to have adjustable assessments, to use questioning strategies, and to use different curriculum approaches. All of the above words: know, assess, adjustable, strategies, different, and approaches could be considered as key terminology when it comes to this topic. They're all linked to one thing. Does anybody know what this is? No? Well, they're all linked to the learner and their individual needs. So anyway, according to the definition in the lecture slides, differentiation is the process of identifying with each learner the most effective strategies for achieving agreed targets. That was by Weston in 1992. Or in other words, differentiation is the process whereby teachers meet the needs for progress through the curriculum by selecting appropriate teaching methods to match the individual students' learning strategies within a group situation. That was by Visser in 1993. To continue on, in week 5, the older education system was referred to as a sieve, because the weaker students were essentially sieved out and left to try and compete with the more able students without any extra help. This often led to a high dropout rate when it came to these less able students. Differentiation plays a huge role in eliminating this sieve comparison and makes the current system more comparable to a ladder, where everyone is given equal chance to climb to the top and be successful, with the implication of various learning techniques centered around the different styles of learning that second level students tend to have. The above graph clearly shows a much higher percentage of students have graduated from second level students from the mid 2000s onwards, as only then was differentiation really implemented into our education systems in Ireland. So up next, Liam is going to talk to you, and thanks for listening.